This video is really for the staff and crew at radio station WRQR when I worked there back in the 70s. Wow, man, oh man. WRQR, what a soft spot in my heart for this great radio station and all the people that were there. It was an incredible situation. When I remember driving to WRQR. I'm from New York, and I've heard a lot of major market radio. But what I was listening to on my dial was radio that I could transplant anywhere in the country. It was just great radio, great rock and roll radio. I was just blown away. And it was kind of amusing because I'm seeing all this beautiful countryside and tobacco fields and farms and, and then turning on a local station and hearing that. It just blew my mind in a good way, So many great. By the way, Kelly Patterson was on the air on that very first visit. And I remember walking in and that whole vibe in the station was pretty incredible. So anyway, I got to work there, became program director. My Sunday night show, which really took off on RQR. And I was getting people like Frank Zappa, Frank Zappa, and all these guests that we were getting on the show, AC/DC, although they weren't that big at that time. But in my mind, this radio station deserved the best. I didn't care that we were in Farmville, North Carolina. So I went after the big names. We got them on. And that's the other thing, the audience. That audience of WRQR that we cultivated really motivated me to go ahead and take that same show and syndicate it, and still doing it in some form right now. As a matter of fact, I just aired kind of a rerun of the second Frank Zappa show on WRQR. Excuse me. And I just aired it on my current show, and it sounded great. It was amazing, the audience, the intelligence, and the questions from that audience. And we sounded great. Gene Gray, at that time, we had Quad 94, and that quad really sounded good. I was very proud of the audio. He really got the audio sounding great there for a while. And, I don't want to start naming names because I'll probably forget. I'm trying to remember some of the bullet points. I guess one of the biggest highlights for me personally was that incredible show. I don't know if you remember. We went to the Devil's Tramping Ground, trying to contact UFOs. We had a psychic who was patched in from Florida, and we stayed on all night, getting the audience to meditate, and it was amazing. And what was so amazing about being at the Devil's Tramping Ground, we were about 130, 140 miles away. It was before cell phones, but we managed to pull it off. And at the same time, what was really amazing, by the end of the night, even though it was an incredible experience, we never did contact UFOs like we were hoping. But then in the newspaper, the next day, the Voice of America in Greenville had UFO sightings, which is where basically the transmitter is. So very strange but bizarre situation. So anyway, I wish I could be there. I sure tried. I even thought maybe I'd just make a 4-hour drive from where I live, but I'd have to be back the next day, and then I have to, party and then drive back to Charlotte. No, so couldn't do it. So accept this video. I hope to, let's keep in touch. I'm going to give John Moore my contact information, and I'm going to put some of the RQR stuff as I archive it. I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel, so be looking out for that. Excuse my voice. Hey, listen, man, have a great party. Hope to see you the next time we do it, and I love WRQR.